Detroit basketball.
Alright, Pistons fans, so in today's video, we need to talk about the Summer League game last night against the OKC Thunder. Now, I'm going to admit it, man. Pistons fans, I thought y'all were better than this, to be honest with you. I thought we as a fan base were finally moving in the right direction. I thought we were all unified under one, but no, it appears everybody wants to press the red panic button, man. Everybody wants to make outlandish claims. Everybody wants to say this, that, bust player this, bust player that. Troy Weaver doesn't know what he's doing. Everybody seems to be pressing the panic button, and I'm going to be the guy who's going to be honest with you. I'm going to give you guys the fair truth take that I see it in my eyes. I am very satisfied with what I seen last night from the Detroit Pistons, and in this video I'm going to go player by player, talking about what I saw, what I liked, and what I disliked from each player on the squad. So let's start off with Cade Cunningham, the man that everybody wants to talk about right now. A lot of people are calling Cade Cunningham a bust. Now let's talk about what Cade did last night. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to put the stats on the screen. If we're talking about statistically, Cade Cunningham had a solid statistical game last night. And the positives to what he did last night, I feel like at times on defense, he was solid, especially earlier on in the game. That's when Cade was at his best. He was very solid on defense. In terms of guarding on the perimeter, he didn't allow his defenders to get past him early on in the game. And then also, let's move to offense. Early on in the game, he hit those back-to-back three-pointers. He was passing the ball, showing off his playmaking ability. And overall, when the game first started, Cade Cunningham was looking very, very solid. He was looking like he deserved to be the first overall pick. And then as the game went on, that's where Cade started to struggle a little bit. His shot wasn't falling as much as it was earlier on. His defense did start to slip. He started to allow a lot of plays to get put on him. And overall, he did start to play a little bit lower than expectations, but still, after one Summer League game, I'm still very high on Cade Cunningham. I feel like his assist totals would have been a lot higher if it wasn't for Tyler Cook, man. Tyler Cook is literally Eric Ebron for any Detroit Lions fans that I got right now. Tyler Cook is literally Eric Ebron. He's DeAndre Swift. He literally dropped every single pass that Cade Cunningham gave to him. I feel like if Tyler Cook would have scored more on the passes that Cade would have gave to him, that Cade's assist totals would have been a lot higher. But then again, I do understand, the people who are criticizing him for his turnover margin. He struggled with that in college, and it appeared last night that it's going to be another struggle in the NBA. So as far as Cade Cunningham's turnovers go, I feel like he does need to work on those, but then again, someone like Tyler Cook needs to catch these passes. So to sum it all up for Cade Cunningham, he played solid defense for the most part. He played solid offense for the most part, showed some playmaking ability, showed some shooting ability. He struggled with the shooting later on in the game. He struggled with defense later on in the game. Overall, he started out very solid, but then as the game went on, he began to struggle a little bit. Now, statistically, he had a pretty solid game, but when we're looking at the eye test, I would give Cade Cunningham, if I were to put a letter grade on it, I would give him like a C+. Slightly above average night for Cade Cunningham. Not a bust, not something you need to be overly upset about. It's one Summer League game. You look at Trae Young, you look at Zion Williamson. Go look at their Summer League games. Were they coming out the gate looking amazing? No, in Zion Williamson's first Summer League game, a lot of people were calling him a bust. A lot of people were calling him fat. You just can't judge a guy off of one Summer League game and label him a bust. So that's all that I have to say about Cade Cunningham. Now let's talk about the other players. Luca Garza, I did like what I seen out of Luca Garza, even though he didn't get that many minutes tonight. I believe it was around 14 or 15 minutes tonight that he got. But in the minutes that he did play, Luca Garza was very, very solid. He was scoring the ball inside, bullying those OKC Thunder players, and just overall offensively, I like the tempo. I like the pick and roll that he had with them. I just like the offensive game of Luca Garza. Now on defense, he was a solid rim protector, like in the first and second quarter. He was a solid rim protector, but just in general, the thing with Luca Garza, it's the same thing that they said about him in college. In terms of perimeter defense and in terms of rim protection, he is just not someone who long-term you want to put in that position. And tonight it showed. As we got to that fourth quarter, that's when he started to deteriorate in terms of rim protection and perimeter defense, because he can't keep up with any of these guards. Even the G Leaguers that the OKC Thunder decided to throw out there, Luca Garza couldn't even keep up with those guys on the perimeter. And in terms of rim protection, he just allowed so many, and I mean so many open shots inside. If we would have had someone like Isaiah Stewart, he wouldn't have allowed that to happen. But someone like Luca Garza, who's not particularly good in terms of rim protection, he allows those types of things to happen. So in terms of defense, he started off okay, but then he started to become the Luca Garza that we all know. But in terms of offense, I did like what I seen out of Luca Garza. So overall, I was very pleased with the few minutes that I seen out of Luca Garza. Very satisfied with the play that he gave us because he showed exactly what I expected out of him. Good offense, bad defense. That is Luca Garza. That's what I expected out of Luca Garza. Now let's talk about Sakeko Naboya. Sakeko Naboya, another player who tonight had a lot of expectations on him, and I feel like he did have an overall positive game for the most part. There were a lot of times in offense where I was just looking at him and it appeared that he did not know where to move on the court. He looked like he didn't know what to do on the court. He just looked out of place on offense. So on that end of the floor, he didn't really show me much. But on defense, Sakeko really showed me a lot tonight, that he does have some defensive prowess with that size and strength that he has to him. And then later on in the game with those clutch plays where he had 2 blocks in the clutch, and then there was a play where it was in a fast break. He stopped the fast break from the offensive player, and then the player passed it to another defender, and then Sakeko blocked that shot. You guys know what play I'm talking about. In the fourth quarter when the game was getting close and we didn't know who was going to win the game, Sakeko came on defense and really showed a lot. So shouts out to Sakeko Naboya. He did have a solid game on defense towards the end, and then on offense it looked like he was a bit out of place. It didn't look like he really fit with Cade Cunningham, Killian Hayes, the fast pace. Sakeko, he's a bit slower than those guys, but overall, I did like what I seen out of Sakeko Naboya last night. I hope he can keep it up for game 2. Quickly to mention about Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey did exactly what we expected Saddiq Bey to do. Saddiq Bey is an NBA player, flat out. He's about to have another really good season on the Pistons. He had a 14-point game tonight, really efficient shooting, played good defense as well. He had that one play where he dived on the ground and saved the ball from going out of bounds, so he had a hustle play. Saddiq Bey, I really enjoyed the play out of him last night. We already know what's up with Saddiq Bey. Now let's talk about Killian Hayes. I like what I seen out of Killian Hayes. He seemed more improved than we last seen him last season. In terms of speed, he looked extremely quicker than he did last year, which is a big plus for me because in the fast break, what we saw tonight with Killian Hayes and Cade Cunningham, if they can truly build on that and really improve together in the fast break, that is going to be something scary. So speed, that improvement, I like seeing that out of Killian Hayes. The playmaking was there tonight. We saw him and Cade Cunningham go between the 1 and the 2, so that was cool to see. His shot is still not there yet, guys. His shot just wasn't falling again tonight. It appears that he's tried to work on it, but just overall it's not there, which is disappointing. But, you know, again, one summer league game, he's only 20 years old. He's going to continue to improve his jump shot in the future, so I'm not going to kill him for his shooting right now, but he does absolutely need to work on that and improve. And in terms of defense, he played the same as he did last season. Just overall, really good defense out of Killian Hayes. So solid night out of him. Now let's talk about Saben Lee. Saben Lee, did not like what I seen out of Saben Lee tonight, to be honest with you guys. He showed off the speed of himself. Very, very quick, very, very fast player. But in terms of Saben Lee, late in the game in that fourth quarter, he just began to just jack up a lot of shots, man. Just shot after shot. I think he was 0 for 4 from the three-point land. I just did not like what I seen out of Saben Lee last night. And then the coach, Dubois, however you pronounce his name, he didn't put Saben Lee in the right positions to be successful. He put him in lineups with guys like Cade Cunningham. And I don't remember the specific lineups, but it was just a bunch of weird lineups that Saben Lee was put in last night. So I'm not going to 100% blame him. I blame more of the coach, Dubois, or however you say his name. I blame him for putting Saben Lee in those negative positions last night. So yeah, man, I'm about to wrap up this video, but the last thing I want to say is Tyler Cook. I know a lot of people were hating on Tyler Cook, and I seen a funny meme where people was like, oh yeah, this is why the Pistons waived Tyler Cook. But in terms of the play out of him last night, didn't like what I seen out of Tyler Cook. He was okay in the pick and roll, but again, the plays with Cade Cunningham where Cade would continuously passing the ball and then Tyler Cook continued to drop passes. I did not like that out of Tyler Cook, man. I actually like what I saw more out of Sakeko tonight more than I did from Tyler Cook, which is saying something. So I guess that's a big up to Sakeko Naboya and Tyler Cook. Rough game for Tyler Cook, man. Rough game. So Pistons fan, to wrap up this video, again, it's just one summer league game. We don't need to overreact. Please don't push the panic button yet. We still believe in Weaver. It's in Weaver we trust over here. I'm still very, very positive on this team. We're going to continue to build on this. We're going to improve on this. These are a bunch of guys who are 20, 19-year-olds going out there trying to play basketball, man. We don't have Jeremy Grant. We don't have Isaiah Stewart. We don't have Kelly Olynyk. We don't have the full squad. And even with that, we lost to the OKC Thunder, who was basically a G League team last night, which is not good. It's not a good look to lose to one of those types of teams, but still, I did like the play overall from what I seen from all of the guys last night. So Pistons fans, just shoot me any and all thoughts in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 3K. I can't believe it. I'm saying 3K now. I just hit that yesterday night, so I'm very, very glad and thankful for that. So I appreciate all 3,000 of y'all. Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 3K, and I'm out.